Finish. Good.
Hi, welcome to today's toilet training edition. I'm sure some of you have been waiting to watch this video, as toilet training is a really common topic that we have to deal with the students that we see, and many parents often find this process sometimes a little challenging or difficult. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what has been happening with Casey, and actually I thought this was going to be like a really simple 2-day kind of program, but it turned out to be a bit more complicated than I thought. So I'm going to share with you about some of that process and some of the challenges we were experiencing in getting Casey toilet trained. So the first thing that we look for when we're getting a student ready for toilet training is we do a little bit of preparation work for them. And the first thing we need to do is we've got to identify some powerful reinforcers. And quite often one of the reasons why I think people fail with their toilet training program is that they haven't got any reinforcers, or they're not using reinforcers. They rely upon maybe just social praise as their means to encourage the students to learn how to use the bathroom, and often that isn't very effective. So we started by identifying some strong reinforcers for Casey. One thing he really likes that you'll see us use in the video is he really likes Play-Doh. So that's one of the reinforcers we used for him. And we started the week before just going into the bathroom every day to play some really fun games and do some different activities just in the bathroom. Because for some kids, they, the first day of toilet training, they're dragged into the toilet and made to sit down. They don't know what's going on. And sometimes that can create a lot of behavior issues. So for Casey, we did things like this activity that I'll show you now.
Which one? Okay, ready, stay, go, push. Okay, Casey, you do yourself this time. Try it. And then spray this time. Try it. Okay, ready?
What is spray?
Okay.
So you can see they're having a lot of fun in the bathroom. He's really enjoying his time in there. It's got nothing to do with, learning to use the toilet right now, but he's used to going in there. We sit on the toilet and read books with him, which he likes to do. So all of these things are preparation in terms of him, getting ready for the toilet training program. So we did that for about a week, and we'd go in there every session for, 5-10 minutes just to do some fun things with him. Okay, so the process that we decided to go with Casey is really an intensive toilet training program. There's other kinds of toilet training programs like scheduled toileting. I'm a big fan of the intensive process because I like to get it out of the way very quickly. Other people prefer scheduled training for other reasons, but I'm a big fan of the intensive one. So basically where we begin is we start with Casey being on the toilet, and he's not wearing any pants. He's just sitting on the toilet, and we've been feeding him a few different liquids. He likes this soup that we have been giving him to drink, and he also likes to drink water. So he basically is sitting on the toilet, doing some activities with him, neutral kind of activities, reading books, singing some songs, and we're basically sitting and we're waiting for him to urinate on the toilet, okay? And it's 100% going to happen because we're going to sit there for some time, and then when that does happen, and when he does wee in the toilet, we provide a very strong reinforcement so that he can understand the contingency or the relationship between what it is we want him to do. I.e., when you go in the toilet, reinforcement will happen. Here's a video of that right at the beginning of our journey.
Whoa, good. Wee in toilet. Yay, high five. Yes, high five. Oh, nice job, Casey. You wee in toilet, look. Very nice. You can. Do you want Play-Doh or do you want iPad?
Play-Doh.
Yeah, because you wee in toilet. You can have Play-Doh. Nice. Oh wait. Nice job, Casey. Good. Here you go. Good wee in the toilet. Nice job.
Okay, so you can see a lot of reinforcement there for him when he goes, and that was the start of our journey. The next step is that we take Casey and we put him next to the toilet, okay, on a chair right next to the bowl, okay? And we do the same thing. We play toys, we do, provide him with some liquids, we wait and see what happens. And one of two things is going to happen. He's either going to get up when he needs to go and sit on the toilet. We provide no prompts. We don't ask him if he needs to go. We don't tell him to tell us that he needs to go. We don't prompt him by pushing him towards the toilet. We just sit and wait and do nothing, okay? He's either going to have an accident on the chair, or he's going to get up and he's going to sit on the toilet, one of the two. If the child has an accident on the chair, okay, you clean him up and then you move back to the first step and you wait and you provide the reinforcement when they void in the toilet, okay? When they're successful with that, you move them back to the chair, okay? So we did that process a couple of times. I think Casey had one accident. That was all. And after that, we moved him outside the room to be, he's still in the toilet, but he's sort of outside the stall of the toilet. It's further away. He can't see the toilet anymore, but he's very, very, very close. I'm going to show you the video now. We're probably about phase 3. And you can see he's got this little card, a picture of a toilet, and written on it is, I want the toilet. Because when he gets up to go to the bathroom, Ray has him also say what it is he wants. Let's take a look at that video.
I want to go to toilet.
Okay.
All right, so by the looks of that video, it looks like it's going really well, right? He says it really clearly, and he gets up and he understands what's going on, but there are some problems happening here, okay? And we didn't really realize this until we kind of looked a bit closer, but there was some things that were prompting him or like cueing him to ask for the bathroom. And it wasn't always that he wanted to go, it was because of other kinds of things. And one of the things is when we gave him the cup to drink the water, that was one of the cues for him to ask to go. So it wasn't really that he needed to go or that he wanted to go, but if we gave him the cup with the water in it, he would drink it and then immediately ask. Let's have a look at a video of that.
All right. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Amazing. Good job. We read the toilet. All right. Let's keep reading the book. Wilma made a snowman. Wow.
It had a red nose.
I want to go to toilet.
Again? Really?
So you can see in that video straight away, as soon as he gets the water, here's another example of that.
Look at your hand. Looking at me. Look at me.
Said Biff.
Yeah.
I want to go to toilet.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so you can see this is no good. He's not really being spontaneous. He's just waiting for us to give him the cup. And if we don't give him the cup, he doesn't ask to go. So we're in a real problem now. There's another problem too. There's another prompt or another cue that helps him to request to go. And that is when there's nothing going on, there's no activities or there's nothing on the table. He also thinks, oh, what should I do? And he'll request to go to the bathroom. Let's have a look at that.
Toilet. 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 Toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Toilet. I want to go to toilet.
Sure.
So also not having anything to do, not having any things to play with, also promotes him to ask to go. Now we knew this was a problem because sometimes what would happen is he's just asked to go, we bought him, he's gone to the bathroom, we bring him outside, nothing to do, and he'll ask straight away. Or we'll give him a cup of water to drink and immediately he'll ask to go to the bathroom again, but he only just went like literally a minute ago. So this is creating a lot of problems for us in terms of getting this toilet training going, and these are the issues that we had. So our main aim is how do we get him to be more spontaneous and to realize, look, it's when you need to go that's when you need to ask. And it's not because of the cup, it's not because where you're sitting, it's not because what's in front of you. It's all about when you need to go. You got to tell us when you need to go. So I was actually away for a week when a lot of this was happening. And so when I got back, my recommendation was we have to strip and go right back to the beginning. So I said, let's just go right back. Let's have him sit in the stall. Let's get rid of the card. Let's try not to provide the water in the cups unless we're outside. So there's no cues, no prompts, no assistance. And let's see what happens. So we did that for a day. Again, he was a bit uncomfortable because he'd be really holding and holding for long periods of time, waiting for those cues to be presented, and we didn't present them. But this is a video of him after that day doing a great job.
Dad, help!
I want to go to the
Okay. You know what?
Okay, now after that, sometimes what would happen is we still needed to give him some water to drink, okay, to increase the amount of times he would request to go. But in this instance, when he got the cup and immediately asked to go, we would basically say not now. We'd have him get back to the activity and we wouldn't take him when that happened. Let me show you a video of that.
I want to go to toilet. I want to.
You know what? Let's wait a little bit. We'll finish this song first, okay?
So that was to, avoid him just repeatedly going when we gave him the cup of water to drink, as opposed to really, feel like he needed to go. So things went well. By doing both of those things, we got back on track and he started to request when he really needed to go, rather than because of those cues. Here's a video of him very recently, and he's in his therapy room now. He's not having any cues, and it's very natural, and he's requesting to go.
I want to go to toilet.
Oh, you do? Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you can see he's doing really, really very well now. But he still leaves it a little bit to the last minute. I wouldn't say he's fluent with it right now. He sometimes is still waiting a little to see what we're going to do or if something's going to happen. So he can hold for a while, and we've had to be very patient in not prompting him, not telling him what to do, and not providing any kind of cues, because the minute we do that, he's going to jump all over it, and he's going to just become very dependent on those cues. So we've had to be, a little bit mean in sort of ignoring him when he looks like he's dancing around and really needs to go. And then eventually he'll request to go. I think as we go through the rest of this week, we're going to be much more fluid, and he'll just be requesting to go, whenever he needs to, and not waiting for the last minute. But so far it's been a good process. It's taken longer than I thought it would do because of a lot of these problems we've needed to iron out and go back. And often when we're doing toilet training, you need to be strategic and look at what the kind of problems are coming up and how you adjust the program to, fit in with the needs of the students. But it's been a good project, and so far I think we're pretty much 99% done. Parents have also reported that he's been requesting to go at home, showing he's been generalizing that skill outside the sessions we've done here. So I'm very happy with the way it's gone.